Today we got a really special guest, Chris, owner, CEO, just the Don of Carolina Blue Cigars. Man, how you doing today?
Can't complain.
There you go. I hear you.
Nobody's listening if I do.
They charge too much, right?
Exactly.
I feel you on that one. So today we are actually tell us a little bit about what I'm smoking right now.
You are smoking the Habano. That's one of our classic lines. It's a Habano 2000 wrapper, Sumatra binder, Curl 98 filler, along with another Dominican and Nicaraguan filler as well. So one of our most popular.
I can tell.
Popular ones right there.
I mean, from the cold draw. So for those of you who may not know what a cold draw is, basically what you draw before you light it. The power of that flavor is almost like when Ali used to punch. It hits you,
right? But
it's great.
Right.
And when I start to draw after the first burn, man, there's peppery notes in it. I love that. It's almost like I'm having a peppered steak. It's like I'm having just this, great meaty cigar, and I'm only right here.
Yeah, man, not even the third.
No, not even.
Yeah.
So I really like that aspect about it. But oh, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta make it nice. You gotta make it nice. And the good thing about that, like I was telling before, he has something a little special that we've been holding on for a while. So
I'm excited to see that, man. That's gonna be really fun because smoking this, and this is really my first time smoking one of your cigars. I really wanted to wait before I had any type of biased opinion.
Right.
And honestly, I would say just from the beginning of it, I like when a cigar comes in and shows me what the flavor is. Because I know what I'm going to be smoking, I know what I'm going to be messing with, and on top of that,
right,
I know what I can start pairing it with.
Right.
So like if you like to drink alcohol, man, I would be pairing this with a really good scotch. I mean, everyone has their own scotch preference.
Right.
That's where I won't argue, but I would be having this already. I'd be putting my order in right now.
And the thing about those, and I'm not being biased against anyone else, but the one thing I stressed when we was making them is we have to have flavor all the way through.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna transition and it's gonna come back a little stronger.
Of course.
So that's what the boutique nostalgia is all about. You can do a little more with less, so to speak.
Well, and that's the thing. Simplicity is key, right? You find it in the best foods. You find it in the best craftsmanship, simplicity.
Right.
And this is, it's simple in the sense of, here's the flavor, it presents itself, right? So for those who are new to smoking cigars, I would even say it's like this. It says, this is what you're gonna taste off the bat. It helps the cigar smoker who's never smoked before, but is that novice. It helps them get an idea. Okay, now I know what I'm smoking. I'm tasting pepper. Well, what does pepper taste like? And they can go back into their mind and say, man, I remember this or that. For the more advanced cigar smoker, it really says, okay, damn, this is really good. I haven't had something, because I feel like a lot of blenders, and this is just my personal opinion, just like any craftsman, any artist, they try to add.
Right.
You don't need that, though.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I really like it off the bat. But as you know, as a lot of us, we talk and we chop it up, we talk about cigars. But today I want to kind of get to know you and have the audience get to know you. So how did you get from Carolina Blue? How do you get to Carolina Blue Cigar?
Well, as any business that you go into, usually it's by mistake.
Okay. Explain that a little bit.
It's by mistake. Well, I shouldn't say mistake, accident.
Okay.
Accident, mistake, two different things. So me, I'm for the ones who read my story or whatever, I actually play golf a lot. So spring of 2015, yeah, I was in DR with family and playing golf. Uncle approached me and said, I realized that you played, it was women, women at the time. And golf that often. I'm like, yeah, you know, well, how many people smoke cigars? Because as you know, if you've been to DR, a lot of the people on the island can't, you know, do that luxury like they do here. So, you know, tobacco or doing whatever else they have to do to survive. So he's like, all right, here. You know, he said, how many people smoke? I'm like, 2 or 3 and per foursome, you know, sometimes all of them. So I got a bunch that he gave me. I took it back to the States. They were awful.
Okay.
To be honest with you, they're awful.
Okay.
So I went back and I'm like, look, people who smoke know what they're smoking. These are, you know, if they can afford that luxury, they can afford a luxury. So that's how I was introduced to Francisco.
Okay.
Francisco is like, I want to call the sensei of blenders in DR.
Okay.
And anybody would tell you that. I'm just not saying it just because he's my blender.
Gotcha.
People will say that by far none. Once they realize who it is, like, nah, he's the man.
No shit.
So we got together.
For advisory, there may be some adult language, but it's okay because actually, just to let everyone know, we're here in Casa de Monte Cristo in Mooresville,
Right.
And actually, we're here also with our friends from the Burley Boar, who are, you know, we're all here together smoking some cigars. But you might hear some adult language,
Right.
also. If you don't like it,
Sorry.
good luck. Exactly.
It's grown folks TV.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
So, you know, going a little forward, you know, getting to know Francisco, just getting to know his background. You know, I was in New York a couple times, and he came in. And
are you originally from New York?
I'm originally from New York.
Okay, what part?
I'm originally from Queens.
Okay.
And you know, I stayed there for a while. Then I have family on the East Coast. You know,
Okay.
shout out to the people on the East Coast right now in North Carolina. You know, I know you're going through it, but hang in there. Worked some tobacco when I was a kid.
Okay.
Visiting grandma. You know, making that little
So
sweet
did your journey in tobacco and cigars started as a kid or more
Yeah.
as an adult? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really, my dad smoked cigars, uncles, pipe smokers. I was really more athletic. You know, I was like, I wouldn't even pick up a cigarette.
Okay, gotcha.
So I kind of got away from it. Went into the military,
Okay, what branch?
Army.
All right.
Smoked
Thanks for
one.
your service.
No problem. Smoked one on the way to basic. I'm like, you know what? This is a big deal for me. Let me grab a cigar too. I smoked one on the way in, smoked one on the way out. So I smoked that one, and kind of the next day, you know, I wanted another one, but I wasn't sure if it was more like a man-made cigar at the time or a real, because I grabbed it out of the grocery store.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you don't know what you're grabbing sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I've had that experience.
So, because now that I know, cigars don't make you want another one the next day. Cigarettes do.
Exactly.
It's more of a nicotine.
Yep.
So I probably had a man.
Yeah.
So, a machine made, excuse me.
Yeah, you know, I get you.
So as time moved on, I was employed a few times. So when I really got back into it was deployment 2005, 2006. You know, we had a long deployment. It was about, we was over there like 16 months. So it was like really the build up. So our last,
you want to show them?
Oh, yeah,
Y'all,
yeah.
look at this beautiful ass.
they know about that. They know about that.
Look at that. He's got it right there.
I'll be telling people don't play. Don't play. They playing around the Carolina Blue, but it's fine. It's fine. But,
Sorry, I
fine.
love that ash, man.
It's fine.
So you were deployed out 16 months, right?
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, Tapper sergeant at the time. So one night, you know, across the border a little bit or the other zone, you could buy Cubans.
Yeah. Air quotes for those who are listening. Heavy air quotes right now, y'all.
Cohibas.
Yeah, okay.
You know, they had all of them. So, you know, I'm like, oh, cool.
Bro, if it's a Cohiba, then I'm German, man. Like,
Exactly.
My last name's Gomez.
So, you know, we were smoking them because it was our last day. We're like, hey, let's get together and smoke on the way out. And kind of after that, you know, I dibbled and dabbled a little bit here and there. Because, you know, I'm military, you know, trying to stay in shape. Not that a cigar will take you out of shape. It just didn't draw my attention.
Of course, I get you.
So, fast forward to 2016, get into the brand, this again, and meet Francisco. Did some background information on him. He just blew me away.
Okay. Yeah.
Humble dude. He's like family. Whenever I go to DR, my kids, they play with his kids.
That's awesome.
He stays at my house when he comes here. I stay over there all day at the factory.
That's awesome.
And it's just like any business owners, we gonna have a little tips, but we get over it.
Yeah,
We get over it.
Of course.
So, and this iteration right here is actually the second iteration. The first iteration, I will put out Dirty Laundry out, but our first iteration was awful.
But it's cool that as you, as kind of the captain of the ship, you admit that a lot of people wouldn't.
Yeah, it was awful. Matter of fact, I got 3 boxes in the house right now. It's like, what? I was walking the dog. I was like, I'm trying this damn thing. I smoked like 4. I'm like, oh shit. That shit is awful.
Hey, man.
I'm like, we came a long way.
Well, it's the same. It's like when chefs taste their own food. You taste it and they're like, damn, this is good. They taste it and like, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And they throw it.
And it's funny how, like, when I first smoked them, it's like, wow, this is pretty good. This is good. We're gonna get these out here. And now that we have these, when me and him actually sat down and he understood the direction that we wanted to go, other than like, hey, Francisco, here's a bunch of money, maybe some sticks.
Yeah.
I'll put a band on. I'll see you in 8 months.
Yeah.
He realized that wasn't what we were trying to do.
Yeah.
He realized that I'm marketing this thing for you.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it out there. And we're gonna make a brand for Carolina Blue. So that goes to the name.
Yeah. So how'd you get the name then?
The name was originally somebody wanted to say, what's your name in Chris Moore Cigars? I'm like, who the hell is gonna buy Chris Moore Cigars? Chris Moore Cigars. Who's gonna buy it? Nobody's gonna buy it.
Okay.
Everything is like, Spanish or whatever.
Yeah.
So it took me like a week because I'm a diehard Carolina Target fan. Basketball, football, I don't jump shit, but so I'm like, you know what? Let's go.
We don't talk about the football.
Right.
We don't talk about it.
You go Carolina Blue Cigars. I'm like, why would you pick Carolina Blue Cigars? I'm like, think about it. Carolina Blue. When you say the word Carolina, it's almost like a cult name. You can go to the West Coast and like, hey, you watch Carolina today?
No.
They already know. Either you're talking about the basketball team or you're talking about the Panthers. But it wasn't anything to do with that.
Yeah.
It was more like, as I was working as a kid, I can remember, because all my family were in Tobacco, how freaking hot it was on the eastern side of the state. And really one of my partners came over with it. He's like, hey, you can smoke a Carolina Blue cigar under the Carolina Blue skies. Back.
And that's funny that you bring that up because when I heard Carolina Blue Cigars, I was like, man, that's unique. Because for those who don't live in the Carolinas, a Carolina Blue day is like, it's a beautiful day. There's no cloud in the sky. The sun is shining in such a way where it's beautiful.
Right.
It's hard to explain, but it's easy because it's just beautiful, right? So when I thought of that, I was like, man, that's really good wording and really good marketing because you're telling what the cigar is. It's beautiful. It's unique.
Right.
But it's also, it's like a cult classic.
Right.
It's like if I say, man, when's the last time you saw Pulp Fiction? That's a cult classic.
Right. Everybody knows what you're talking about.
Exactly. So I like it though. But, for me, so I got into cigars. I'm Cuban. My family came from Cuba and immigrated, and cigars have always been in my blood. Whether it was my dad smoking, my grandpa smoking, or my mom as a little girl talking about how her grandpa smoked, and all that. So I've been around it. I worked a little bit in tobacco here and there, kind of, as a young kid of, 18, 19, doing all that, smoking. I remember when I was 18, I was like, man, I didn't buy a pack of cigarettes, I didn't buy anything, I bought a cigar. Of course, I didn't know that, my dad was like, I want you to pick. Because there was a reason. He was like, I want you to see what you go to. I got one of those machine made. And I was like, man, I'm like jonesing out for another cigar. And he was like, that's not what a cigar should taste like. Because of the way it's processed. And it's funny that you mentioned that. A hand-rolled cigar, a thing of beauty, satisfies you.
Right.
It's like a good steak.
Yes.
It satisfies you. You don't want to get a good steak the next day because you're still thinking about the steak you just had.
Right.
So,
exactly.
I like that. So, So now, you've been, as we talked about, with, with Carolina Blue and whatnot. So, with cigars, what do you think about the industry right now? Where do you think we're headed to in the industry? Do you think it's popping, or do you think it's, kind of getting, do you think it's still need to be exposed a little more?
No, I mean, because the way I look at it is, now it's with social media.
Yeah.
With all the things that you can bring things to your face. It really hasn't changed. All it showed is more people get into it.
Okay.
Like,
do you see younger cigar smokers coming in the industry, or do you feel like that is not an area where
when I say the younger crowd, I would say anybody over 26.
Okay.
27. Okay. 18, when I was first went into the military, I did it for a reason of going in. Like somebody would get married, you have some 18, 19-year-olds there, and they're celebrating for a reason.
For sure.
But your average 18 to 25-year-old is not going to spend, $10, $200 on a payday, you know what I'm saying, unless they're introduced to the industry young.
That's true.
And that they understand.
That's true.
They would go and spend it on a date or their car or something, like me golf, or if they have something that they like to do and they pull on way. The industry is as doing this, I realize how many more women are into it.
Yeah. That's actually a great that's a great lead into, because when I started smoking 10 years ago, right, a little probably longer than that, like not a lot of women smoking.
No.
I didn't see a lot of women ever smoking. That was something that was really rare, and especially even my grandma, who was around tobacco.
Right.
Women didn't smoke.
Right.
She would smoke. She used to smoke cigarettes like Lucky Strikes, right?
Right.
The unfiltered stuff, but never cigars.
Right.
So it's kind of funny how now, like I had friends in college that we would all smoke cigars, and the ladies that were with us would smoke cigars, and they loved it. It wasn't just to impress guys, because in college that age, like everyone's trying to impress one another.
Right.
But they actually liked it. So I love that that's actually happening now.
Yeah, it's doing. And usually when we did see a woman smoking, like on a movie or TV commercial, it was real sexy. You know what I'm saying? And we looked at it like, damn, she's sexy smoking that. But we didn't see the average
Yeah, we
go out and see that anywhere but TV. But now,
it's like becoming more mainstream.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, she's smoking. She's sexy.
Yeah, exactly.
And she knows her stick. That's the thing. That there's two categories.
Yep.
There's a person that knows their stick, that they're smoking it, and there's a person that's smoking it just to be in.
That's true. I notice a lot in the cigar industry, a lot of these cigar smokers, there's sometimes I feel like they need just like a cigar mentor almost, to be like, hey, this is how you cut a cigar, and this is how, you need some of that. You need a guru. You need someone who's going to help you, because I've seen a lot of times, and this is me personally, something that I feel sometimes kind of, I don't know if it's good or bad, but they'll get a cigar and they'll share it.
Right.
You can't do that. You're 18, 19 years old. I get it. You don't know any better, but
They shared cigarettes.
Exactly.
Let me get a pull. You know what I'm saying? It was
let
like,
me get a drag of that. Let me get it. Like,
it's the same thing.
and it's honestly but they don't understand. And what I love about cigars too is that family made this. This stimulates the economy. If you want to talk let's use a term, bougie. If you want to talk bougie and everything like that, then honestly, you're stimulating the economy of a family, of a country, of a group of people. It's very holistic in the approach to it, but there's craftsmanship. It's meant for one smoker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think nowadays. You still see some of that, but it's dwindling, thankfully. Thankfully, it's dwindling down. But, so what's the most exciting thing that you have seen in the cigar industry or your time now in Carolina?
I've seen the boutiques, and I'm not talking about the big boutiques like Craft.
Can you explain a little bit to our audience what you mean by boutique?
Boutiques, in technical terms, is a company, and there's two ways they do it. A company that has sold over 1 million sticks.
Okay. Okay.
People say one stick, people say a combination.
Okay.
You know, when I say big, when we say like the big 5 businesses, you know, we're looking at LFD, Romeo and Juliet, Davidoff, Padron.
Okay.
You know, those are the big ones that can just throw a cigar in a hole in the wall, and somebody like, yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Rollcraft, Cornelius and Anthony, Southern Draw, Crown Heads, even AJ still kind of considered boutique. Lavo, all those are like boutique, but they're like on the cusp of mainstream because you see them everywhere.
Yeah.
You won't see of course you won't see Carolina everywhere. Of course we're new, but you won't see like Duarte.
Yeah.
You won't see them a lot. You won't see a Warp Cigar everywhere. Those boutiques, I like those.
Like Drew Estate's kind of in the middle.
Yeah, they're in the middle. They're on the cusp of, you know, because of marketing and all that stuff. But and you know, you got people like myself, Space Cigars, which is another boutique. A lot of smalls like DBL is a boutique cigar. You know, it's so many, and if I miss your name, no disrespect, but
it's all love.
Yeah, we're the. I mean, I go to El Artista.
Yeah.
You know, they're boutique. We're at the position where we don't have to buy tonnage of tobacco.
Okay.
You know, me particularly, I don't want tonnage of tobacco. It's like having too many vegetables in the freezer.
Yeah.
Some of them you gotta just throw them shits out.
Yeah.
Freezer burn. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So it's the same with tobacco. It's a growing organism, and we have the ability.
I don't think people realize that too.
Yeah.
It's vegetation.
Yeah,
It's growing.
Yeah, it's growing.
It's organic.
Right. They don't understand that. And as you mentioned, education-wise, I had a conversation with some people like, you know what? You smoke a cigar, and you look for clothes better than you look for a cigar.
Yeah. That's
You know what I'm saying? You would go to the store, you make sure everything fits right, no holes, no whatever, make everything's good. You grab a cigar, oh, I like the name.
I like the price.
Yeah, I like the price. Right. I
Yeah.
challenge anybody, and then they smoke like, oh, it didn't smoke right, whatever. If you spend that money on it, and if it's going inside, you're not really congested, but it's going in your bloodstream.
Yep.
Cut it open.
Yeah.
Cut it open.
Yeah.
Cut open the cigar.
Cut it open, and it should be, if it's right, it should be rolled correctly. The leaf should be in there rolled correctly.
Okay.
So sometimes you get a short filler with a long filler. You're like, why is it going out on me? Or why is it tumbling on me? Or, you know,
Why is it canoeing?
why is it canoeing so bad? Because it's not, you know, some companies, and I've seen it, I'm not going to say the name, they're just all about, let me put these numbers out.
Oh, trust me, I experienced that last night, man. I was having one, and I'm not gonna say names, but the craftsmanship just wasn't there.
Right.
Which is, you know what? At the end of the day, that just I'm the type of customer that'll say, well, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm just not gonna buy it.
Right.
But you lost the buy.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Like, and I've shown with this ash, like, it is perfect formation.
It's not going anywhere.
Well, now,
No, it's not.
if we as a consumer and you as the owner of the company, if there is an issue with the cigar, I would want to approach that. I mean, wouldn't you want someone?
Yeah.
Hey, look,
Tell me.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to know. Like, hey, I got a back. You know what? Wow. Okay. Let me go back and see what happened. You know, even I may smoke a few and like it's rare that I get some that didn't smoke right. The first thing I go, let me check the humidor. Because I know he checked every single one.
Yeah.
Every single cigar that comes out of our
And you have
factory.
that knowledge.
Right. It's been checked.
Yep.
So if there's something wrong with it, I did something to it. You know what I'm saying? I know I did something to it.
It's that variable that sometimes, because a lot of people, and you know, our audience, our listeners, are kind of mixed in the sense of we have new smokers, we have veteran smokers, we have everything in between. So a lot of times your humidor plays a big major role into it, which that humidor is going to give it that life.
Right.
You know, I had a really good friend of mine say a cigar, a well-crafted cigar, will last for ages.
Yes.
But that humidor can kill it.
That's right.
And that's
In
something.
a matter of days.
Yeah. I've seen it almost. Yeah. In sub a week, and I've seen beautiful sticks. I'm talking about 10-year-old sticks. They move to another house, apartment, or wherever, cigars destroyed. I've seen grown men cry into that, man.
And it's so. Case in point, I went down to Houston and had an event with Space Cigars. He's from Houston, so his cigars were already acclimatized to the humidity.
I get it. Yeah.
My cigars were dying
Yeah.
because of the humidity. They went light, you know, and I'm like, what the hell? So I had to relax. I'm like, you know what? Let me get them to a colder temperature,
Yeah.
and then let them come down.
It's like food. You know,
Yes.
I like relating it to food because you know I have a lot of good friends that are great chefs,
Right.
and I'm really blessed to know they gave me that knowledge of saying, hey, you know what, like, how's the temperature of your meat, of that steak? Did you salt it, rub it, do whatever the right way, or you know, is it aged the right way? Because you know what, you know, you can get a steak from a cheap. I'm not gonna say the grocery store, but you can get a steak from a cheap grocery store, and you're gonna be like, man, this doesn't taste the same, as opposed to getting it from a quality butcher, getting that quality meat, and knowing, hey, I know where that cow. That's why a lot of people talk about, you know, and I use this analogy. Good cigar, you'll know where it comes from.
Right.
Just like a good steak, you know where what the cow ate, you know where everything about those variables. I think that's important too.
I get my steak from a grass here in Mooresville. Shout out Shop and Save. It is one of the best
And then
steaks
you
I've had in Mooresville. So you can find those hidden gems, and I think that's one of the biggest things with your brand, you know, that I've seen the different spots that you've said that your cigars are at.
Right.
It might not be, you know, this big lounge with $20 drinks and things like that.
Yeah.
But yours is in a nice display at that store. Maybe it's not that off and all that, but that subpar shop has one of the best cigars in your.
And we're speaking of that shop. I mean, we're like, I'm ecstatic to be in CDM JR Cigars.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was shocked because actually earlier today I went all the way to the other side of Rock
Okay.
to go to that shop and a couple other ones. But on the way back, I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, as you drive by the one in Burleson, I'm like, I'm in that damn shop.
Yeah.
You know, I drive by something, I'm in that shop.
Yeah.
And then you realize who the distributor is. You know, Santa Clara is like one of the largest distributors in the United States.
Yep.
So it's just, I'm so overwhelmed, humbled by everything. You know, I can't have to thank, you know, some of my team members, you know, to get us to that point. But, you know, I'm not taking 100% credit, you know, but we're still looking for that nucleus to push us to the next level, because I can't do it all myself.
I get you.
And it's
And the cool thing is too, like we said, you know, we're here in Casa Monte Cristo in Mooresville. Like for me, that's a 45, 50-minute drive, but this is my home. This is my cigar home. And I feel like, you know, the way I think about it, your garage could be your cigar home. But it's nice to go to a lounge where you can try. I can go in a humidor, and that humidor and pick out a cigar for each day of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like I can every day, I can have a smoke. And a lot of people, I feel sometimes, that's where I think some of the big heavy hitters in the cigar industry, they attract the mass media, because it's like, hey, like you said, that's a Padron, I'm gonna grab it. Or this is the Davidoff, I'm gonna grab that. Whereas there's other cigars out there like my father's cigars,
Yes,
right?
my father's, yes.
The Flor de las Antillas,
Yes.
great stick. And you know, I love how honestly, like just us talking, there's mutual respect amongst the cigar companies and the owners of it, because as good craftsmen, we all know a good craft cigar. I mean, I think I talked to Jonathan Drew from Drew Estates, where he was saying, hey, my cigar might not be your top 10, and I respect that. But at the end of the day, we're all here smoking a cigar. This is about the experience of being a cigar, smoking cigars together. Now, with everything that's been going on, kind of lead away from that, where cigars are always have been viewed in the past as, for the rich, but then kind of viewed in a negative light. What do you think about that? What do you think about the cigar industry and that vision? Like, do you think that vision, that negative stigma is going to go away anytime soon?
No, it's funny because you don't. I tell everybody, if you get a chance to go to Nicaragua or Dominican Republic or anywhere that there's a bunch of factories, and even when we're starting to make our new blend, the Maduro blend, the box press, so many other factories came over to help us out.
Okay, that's awesome.
It was like, what are you trying to do? I'm like, because they knew I was looking for something else.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want you to all think United States, something strong.
Yeah.
You know, the Dominican taste is like very mild plus.
Yes.
So we came up with a whole bunch of stuff, and it was coming out of the woodworks and all kinds of stuff. So, and just to see how, if you need something, somebody finds out, they'll bring it to you. Or
I'll have to, before this ash falls, I just want to let y'all know. It's by the band, y'all.
Let's be honest, we've sat here, we've smoked cigars together, all the same, like you know, and it's not just because you're here. I mean, me included, I'm the novice of the group.
right.
How long have you been? So Steve's been smoking cigars for how long?
I mean, what?
So a year or two?
Year, two.
Yeah.
My guru John over here kind of led me in the right path, and it's just,
John, what you got, John?
John's the man, by the way.
What you think so
So
far?
I just tapped the ash. This was by far the longest, most compact ash I've ever had,
Right.
which is kind of strange, but it's got the highest quality of construction that I've ever had, and the entire time it was smooth. Usually the more ash you get, the harder it is to draw.
Right.
And that's cool, and you can have nice long ash, compare it and all that, but that wasn't the case this time, and I just had to take a whole bunch of shots before I tapped it off,
Right.
because I needed to take that band off eventually. But it was really something else, man. I really
The
enjoyed it.
other cameraman, what you think? What you think?
It's got a crazy smooth draw. I like that.
It does.
I just tapped mine out for the first time too. I haven't had anything like that.
And we've been live for how long?
30 minutes.
And that's when we had to tap it out.
It's funny that when I usually get a shipment in, I'm usually like have to do some yard work, so I light one and I'll put it on the table when I go away and do my yard work, and I come back like 10 minutes like,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And in my opinion, that's a good measure of a cigar, because let's be honest, we all got stuff to do. If we're gonna smoke a cigar in this busy world, we don't want that. We don't have to be drawing and drawing and drawing,
Right.
relighting, drawing and drawing. I mean, it has stayed the same. And that's something like, you gotta be proud of, because I'm a first-time customer of this cigar.
right.
Like, this is going in my humidor for damn sure.
I appreciate it.
No, seriously, like
Appreciate it.
with all love and respect, and with all other brands, again, I'm an equal opportunity smoker. I will smoke whatever cigar, but I don't keep every cigar in my humidor. That's the
This is
point.
going to be a weekly.
And the thing is,
And the price point, I can't argue either.
and it's funny you say that. As an owner, I'm a smoker. I hardly smoke my own.
Okay,
I
talk
smoke
about it.
I smoke everybody else's
Okay.
to see what I need to do. Like, why are they talking about that cigar?
Yeah.
Give me one of those. I mean, they'll tell you what they knew who I was. They can say, I saw you up here a lot. They saw my shirt on, but they didn't realize they didn't connect the dots.
Yeah.
So I was
And plus, people aren't going to be like, hey, yo, what are you doing with that shirt?
right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I would smoke, some people like, I smoke this is, this is the best cigar. I'm like,
And you pick up the notes because
yeah. And then, I smoke some of the top 10 and I'm like, okay, that's top 10.
Right.
We got to be in there somewhere. But I understand. I have to go through my bumps and
The
bruises.
come up, yeah.
And I know that.
And
but,
you're gonna scale.
Right.
You scale accordingly.
and I know where we fit. So when, matter of fact, the Maduro, whoever has the Maduro, that's rated as a 91. That's a 91.
I believe it. Do you have is this a triple cap?
All our cigars are triple cap.
Yeah, it's
Everything, it's triple cap. That's one thing that's...
What is triple cap?
Triple cap is... triple cap is a craftsman secret where they... On most cigars, you just have that one cap over the top and then you cut it.
Okay.
And if you go too far, it's going to unravel.
Yeah.
So in a sense, triple cap takes a long time for them to put it on. So I tell people, this is all about the presentation. It's more Cuban-esque.
Yeah.
If you get a Cuban cigar, a lot of theirs are triple caps.
Yeah.
Now, when you were in New York and you had Francisco,
Yes.
and he was rolling them right there for the people in the shop there.
Yeah.
He was triple cap.
Well, he did a few. He doesn't do them all like that because it takes a long time.
Yeah.
But even those cigars, and I thought I was gonna be able to bring you guys some, but he'll be back in another month. So we rolled some amazing stuff that went on 4 days, and he's all about presentation. Like he'll walk into the humidor and he'll and again, I challenge people to do this again.
Okay.
Walk into the humidor, get 4 cigars you like, or just that one brand. Take 4 out of the box, put them all on the table. They're supposed to all look the same. I guarantee you they won't.
Why do you think so?
Because they don't know, they're not worried about presentation.
So now that we're on that, let's talk about quality control. You did say, when we were talking earlier about, if that went out and it was wrong.
Right.
How was your QC or quality control? How was that?
I can personally say it because I've witnessed it.
Yeah.
He looks at every damn cigar.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Every single one.
How many other companies do you think actually are doing that?
I mean, I can say some of the boutiques should do it. I mean, if I say the larger companies that they have a line supervisor, they should do it. I don't know if they look at all of them like that.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that he physically stands there
That's nice.
at every single
Out of love for the craft that you guys are in and doing right now.
everyone. And
Honestly, I think it shows. I mean,
and it's, I mean, just hanging around him just taught me even more. It's like presentation.
Yeah, and it's funny how business owners think like that because a true business owner, and I say this, a true craftsman and pioneer takes their product and thinks about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people, we mentioned earlier, like we're hanging out here, Stout Stogie is sponsored by the Burley Board.
Right.
And that's a beard oil and men's grooming company, right?
Right.
I will kid you not, I've gone into the stores to see the different grooming. As you can tell, I have my beard's growing in a little bit, just a little bit. A little poof right there. Yeah, it is, it's growing.
but wait,
But then
let's
we
get John
got-
here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the guru beard
This
right
is
there.
a lot of work.
John is just a bearded cigar
I tried it for like a week.
guru.
And I'm like, it's too much damn work. I mean, I grow it real fast. Like in a week, I can have, some beard.
Yeah.
So, and I tried it. Girls like, I don't like it. Me being military for so long.
That's
I spent 30 years in the military. So I'm like,
Yeah.
as soon as I like
Shake, shower, and shave.
I'm like,
I mean, that's what it is, though, man.
And get it under here, and then it's around. It felt alright. I was playing with it. I'm like, what? We'll take all that off.
Well, the funny thing is about with the Burley Board too, man, is that a lot of it's men's grooming. So, but the quality products.
Yes.
I know that they're inspected because it is the ingredients in the product. Very simple, like what we talked about. Other beer companies don't. You look at the ingredients and they got, olive oil and a bunch of stuff that actually clogs your pores. Just like what you're talking about with these machine-made cigars, right? Some of these machine-made cigars have things in there that you're like, I don't want to ingest that.
Right.
But then you got a quality product that you're like, yeah, I can ingest that and I don't feel like crap. I mean, like, for me, I have, a lot of people will talk, and for the audience, usually you like to eat some type of food before you smoke a cigar, depending, especially if you're a new cigar smoker. I haven't eaten all day and I smoke this and I feel great. That's the key in my opinion.
Another thing, which a lot of people don't know, but I'm gonna put it out there so everybody knows what it is. Carolina Blue is one of the only boutique companies that gets tobacco from the Davidoff processing plant. Only three companies in the Dominican Republic can get tobacco from there. Davidoff, La Aurora, and Jose Blanco's company. Only the Palmer. And us. The reason, because of Francisco's relationship, because he used to work for Davidoff.
Oh, nice.
Romeo and Julieta and LFD. So he can pretty much walk in there and say, hey, I want that tobacco right there. The day that I walked in there, he was like expecting me when I walked in there. The place is probably as big as the shopping center across the street.
Okay, and that shopping center is pretty.
Yeah.
It's
super duper big.
Yeah. And then I walked in, it was like a wall of tobacco. It was like overpowering. I'm like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah.
Like a wall.
It's
And it's like, and then we started rolling leaves. I could smoke one leaf all freaking day.
wow.
That's how. When people say smooth, I say clean. When it's clean,
I like that.
it's because it doesn't give you an aftertaste in the morning.
Oh, I like that.
It's clean because it's been fermented so much that all of those, most of the nicotine is off of that tobacco.
I like that. And a lot of our audience who are listening, when you wake up after having a cigar, it might be in the morning and it might be 24 hours right after. You still got that aftertaste of the cigar. That happens more often than it really should or it does. You know what I mean?
To a novice like myself, I just thought it was
No, it's not. And I'm proud to tell people that. I'm like, you're not gonna get, you'll get a little bit. You're gonna get some,
Of course.
but it's not gonna be like,
yeah.
That cotton mouth, that also that taste, that's you're like, man.
right. And you
A
brush
gallon
it,
of coffee,
and you brush your
Yeah.
teeth, and you're just trying to get it out, and it just doesn't come out.
And it's
you're
funny,
like,
you mentioned that.
Yeah, there's some cigars I've had. Like, I need a brush right after.
Right.
You know, make
I've
sure
done
I
that, and
taste
I've noticed
that.
that because when you're tasting it, your palate has been affected, right? And when you brush your teeth immediately, obviously it affects it. It burns the tongue a little bit.
Right.
So you're basically telling me like that morning after when you have that, like you shouldn't really have that,
it's
right?
gonna be very, very minimal.
That's a cool little.
See, I didn't know that.
Very minimal.
I've been smoking for about 10 years and I didn't know
And
that.
the ones that we just did, when we rolled some the other day, this one had a Habano, probably, I'm telling you something you probably never heard of. Habano 2000 Maduro. Nobody's never heard of that rapper. We're getting ready to play with that rapper. And we got 4 other fillers in the Sumatra binder with it. We were smoking it. And it was full. It started medium plus. And then it just built all the way up. I couldn't even finish it. It was so good, but it was, and I'm not a full body smoker, but I was always looking for a full body cigar. And everybody's like, what's a full body cigar? Because everybody asked me about it. Like, what's full body? So they gave me this. I'm like, that's full body. Shit. This tastes better than stronger than my Habano. So, it just depends on your palate. So, I can't judge anybody else, but he said, this is a strong cigar. I'm like, okay. So, shit. It was like, I was like this. I was like, what did you do to me?
The slump. The slump for those. The audience, I'm sorry you can't see this. But the slump is when you've had such a good cigar, you're just like,
Yeah. It's like,
You start feeling it.
There are definite times where we're doing a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Review and
It's like Rocky
you look over
Balboa
at
just
Brian.
hits you in the
yeah,
face.
like, what did you do to me? So, that cigar was, and it was clean.
I like that. I like that over smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it because smooth people think, oh, like a bourbon,
Yes.
like a whiskey,
Right.
like a scotch. Okay, but clean is different.
Yeah.
Because a bourbon can hit you. It's smooth, but it can hit you.
Right.
So, we were talking a little bit about the DR and Nicaragua and everything. What do you think about Cuban cigars? What do you think about that whole, like, everyone says a Cuban cigar, that's the best cigar. What do you think about that?
I tell people if you get a Cuban, don't smoke for about a year.
Is that right?
If you want to taste it, and you've been Cuban, you probably know. I said if somebody goes to Cuba and gets a Cuban cigar like today and brought it back and say, hey, I got some Cubans, don't smoke it. Because one is rolled away.
Okay.
And it's like pasta, spaghetti that you make today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow tastes better, right?
Yeah.
Because everything is so wet, it hasn't dried out and everything hasn't come together yet. Right. And it takes a while for tobacco
It's funny that you mentioned that, and like you said, it's like pasta. Like I said, my family's Cuban. My mom makes this dish that's actually more like peasant food, right? It's called fricassé de pollo. It's chicken fricassé. It's really, and shout out to my mom who makes that shit
We don't
bomb.
have subtitles. You're gonna tell us what was that?
Pollo, fricassé de pollo.
All right.
So
It's good.
the next
Yeah.
day, it's better.
Yeah.
Kid you not, and it's because everything's solidified.
Yes.
Everything settled in. The flavor is just, it tastes great right out, out the pot. And that pot's been passed down from generation to generation. But the next day when you heat that thing back up, it's dynamite.
Right.
It's
the same with cigars. Even like now, they would get some in, from over there. Cigars may not be ready. One, I know they've been frozen. Because they gotta freeze them a little bit
okay.
to come over. One, the temperature helps with the beetles a little bit. And you gotta let it
Lock in the moisture a little too. So
yeah, it helps with the beetles or any kind of, because it's a live living organism.
Yeah.
So freezing it somewhat and shipping it helps it with transportation, and especially because a lot of them aren't sent by plane, they're sent by boat.
Okay.
Because they're getting
sense.
They're getting tons of, they're getting a Connex for it.
Right.
So even though the boat ride isn't that long, but you're on the heat, you just don't know what's happening on the ocean.
Right.
So unless it's getting flown
Different
in,
variables.
right? Unless it's getting flown in and put in distro right away, it's frozen to a degree. And a lot of times when it goes to Santa Clara or wherever, they let it sit there for a while because they know that it's not ready. Even little small shops, they've been anticipating a cigar. Let it sit in the humidor for like a week or so, maybe two.
Yeah.
Because I talk to people all the time. I got this cigar, it was awful the first time I put it in the humidor, it tastes totally different.
Yep.
A month later.
It's like wine.
Yes.
Right?
Same thing.
You can go to a vineyard and get a great bottle of wine because you did a little bit of a taste testing and you want that. You go home and you're like, man, this tastes different.
Right.
Well, it's because the wine you had already had the precautions necessary to drink it.
Right.
Right? That's just the same thing with cigars. See, that's interesting. Not a lot of people know that. A lot of people say, I'm going to grab that cigar, go.
Right.
Smoke it, light it up, smoke it. And it might taste great, but it's not the full flavor.
Right.
It's not the true flavor.
Right.
It happens.
But the industry, in general, we have our bumps and bruises.
Just like any.
Yeah, and Carolina Blue, I could say, and I think we talked about this a little bit, is the problem that we have to some degree is like anything local, we get regionalized. So everyone's like, when I go to Texas, other than saying Carolina, they have something against Carolina, maybe because of football or whatever it may be. So we're in the middle of trying to.
Not everyone can like Carolina.
Right, and I totally get it. And
Yeah,
we're right in the middle of fixing that, so we won't be, just if I took the wrapper off or the band off of this thing and say, hey, try that, and I walk away and come back and I'm like, what do you think of that? Oh, it's really good. That's Carolina Blue. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Well, now you talk about that. I want to make a point. I do the Burley Board, And, you know, I see different marketing skills.
Right.
I wanted to point out like what you're doing where, hey, you like that cigar, someone says something while you're on live, or says something to you or tags you in a post, you're like, is it carried at your shop? I really wish it was carried at my shop.
Right.
I say, well, hey, get your shot up, give me your number, give me their number, we'll get to them. I think that's really cool, and that's boots on the ground.
Yeah.
No pun.
No, that's
boots on the ground type of market. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that you're doing that. And I think it's working.
And I told people, I was like, you know what? Forget all this. Use my sticker.
Right.
I'm like, this damn stick is good. Go out, body shit. And if you don't like it,
you know,
it
it would
don't
be
like
a
it.
Samuel L. Jackson type of commercial. What you need. Just,
Exactly.
I'm smoking a motherfucking Carolina.
I'm tired.
I'm tired of
Motherfucking machine made cigars. This motherfucking lounge. Sorry, Mom, but you know
Right.
what?
Sorry for the F-ups, but I think that, you know what, maybe we can contact him, maybe, you know, we'll tag him on this.
And that's I kind of, because I get it all the time. It's like, oh, I get it's like, it's surprisingly good.
No
It's supposed to
shit.
be surprisingly awful. You know,
Right.
I mean, we've evolved, you know, like the Connecticut. I didn't have any, the Connecticut was not doing well. Like, I don't want a damn Connecticut. Even you guys, right? I'm like, here, try Connecticut. I don't really know. You probably did it because that, I give people the Connecticut now, they're like, this
Yeah.
is not a Connecticut.
Yeah. Everyone has that that notion already.
I turn my nose up to it. I'll be honest with you. I see a Connecticut, I'm like,
It's light.
Yeah, it's light, yeah.
That's what you have with coffee, or that's what you give a Connecticut to someone who doesn't know how to smoke cigars.
Not ours. It's one of the reviewers said if they had a category that can say a full body mild Connecticut, that's what we're gonna do.
That's awesome.
you know, that's cool, and we're getting to an hour. We don't want to take, too much of your time. You got something in Charlotte, but you talked about the new wrapper that you're putting with your cigar. Can you talk about like what you have coming out and anything you really want to? I wouldn't say plug, but
everybody, the ones who have had it, and it looks kind of like this. I'm gonna give you guys one.
Oh, thank you.
It's the only thing that's different is the binder is different. Now, people who smoke don't realize how much the binder changes the cigar.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
The binder, and I'm gonna use it in general terms. Peanut butter and jelly. Let's use peanut butter and jelly.
all right, I'm totally down.
Yeah, me too.
So you have Jif, Skippy, Peter Pan.
Yeah. Okay.
The three, all three of them taste different.
Right.
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Right.
But how many people say I'd rather have Skippy than Peter Pan?
That's true.
Right.
I mean, Jif is in there, but
I think Jif is up there.
Jif, but a lot of people will go Skippy or Jif.
Right. Yeah.
Those are the top two.
I think you're right.
If you go to Peter Pan or Food Line brand, not knocking them,
Right.
you were like, nah, I want this
Different.
Right.
The same thing with the cigar. I can do the same cigar, put a different binder, and it tastes totally different.
Is that right?
Interesting.
Totally different. It can be stronger. It can be more flavor. Like I have this cigar, the one that we're going to use. I have one with Sumatra binder, and I have one with a Cuban seed binder.
Is that a box press?
This is the box press.
Oh.
So he loves the box press. Like, I mean, he's like, if it doesn't matter what damn cigar it is, he is gonna go for the box press.
If Jiffy was the box press and Skippy was the regular roll, I'm going for Jif every time.
Right. It's like a ham sandwich. You put mustard or you put mayo on your turkey.
Right.
It's gonna taste different.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
That is the binder that gives it the flavor.
All the variables, they play a big part.
Right.
And what I've been hearing too is that you are very specific in regards to each variable is like a different dance, a different spice. You could put something in there. It might be, you look at the ingredients and it might be the same. You move one ingredient, you put another, different flavor.
And that's what we're looking for. And the one that we have is going to come out as a Maduro. No, excuse me, a Brazilian Maduro.
Okay.
With I'm not going to tell you the binder type, but I'm going to tell you what the binder is. It's a Habano binder.
Okay.
And
I definitely want to be surprised a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
I appreciate that.
We're gonna, but the one I'm gonna give you today is have the Sumatra binder. It's a little full, But
What would you recommend pairing it with?
The one I'm gonna give you?
Yes, sir.
Same thing. What you were smoking that. Well, what you were drinking that. It's really. It's not a flavor. You're gonna taste the wrapper in your mouth. You're gonna have all that brown sugar from Brazil. You know, it's you're gonna taste that Dominican puro that brings in that different flavor with a little heat, little pepper behind it.
Gotcha.
The other one is like sweet, spicy, but a tad of it together, and it marinates so good. You got the floral, honeysuckle all up in it at the same time, and the day I smoked it, I'm like, again, I drove to New York, and you know, I was like so waiting for this blend to come, and it was different than what I left, but he added a different variable to it. So I smoked it as soon as I got out the car. I'm like, this is not the fucking cigar that I fucking wanted. So and I text him like, what the fuck is this shit? So I'm like, but then I was like, you know what? I just drove 10 hours, and my body is settled.
Exactly.
You know? So I said, you know what? Let me smoke it again tomorrow.
And people don't realize
Yeah. So I got up the next morning. I said, you know what? Let me go smoke a cigar. I smoked it, and I was like, God, this is going to take the market by storm. And I was trying to find. I was like, I gave it to 3 very trusty shop owners. They said, yo, Chris, I'll take 5 boxes right now.
Damn.
It's like, I said, do I need to change? Like, this is different than anything anybody has. So I'm like, I know.
Wow.
And it was amazing.
That's
so
an awesome feeling, though, too.
it was amazing, and I got 2 in the house that it's like, you know, you have that stick that you have sitting up there, it's like, I would never touch that.
In case of an emergency.
Break this. It's like sitting up there. It's like, when you gonna give me that stick? I'm like, you gotta wait till they come out, because I don't want to give anyone that one.
I
So
understand.
it was, and the crazy part is, we did a Grand Robusto in a box press, and they taste the same wrapper, binder, filler, and they taste different.
Same combo.
It tastes different.
Box press, bro.
The box press knocked it out the box.
Oh, I like it.
So I'm like,
See, and I you know, a lot of the audience will know, like, I'm a boxing fan. I love it. You know, my brother was a boxer for a long time, and you know, being Cuban too, that's culturally a thing. Baseball and boxing, man, that's our thing. But you know, that from you're telling me that it's like it's a heavy hitter. That's a super heavyweight coming in with that right that's just gonna knock you out.
and when it comes, I gotta get it to the right. You think my social media approach is, I gotta get it to the right people.
Yeah.
Because people won't appreciate the craftsmanship.
Yeah,
Or the combo
true.
he put into that cigar. I mean, yeah, I was like, hey, I want this, this, and this. But he knew, like, let me throw that.
Yeah,
And it's
magician.
Yeah, he just knew. And it's like, all right. And it takes a long time to make a box press. But, you know, we're going to make it, it's like a royal cigar. It's like, it has to be the right box. It has to have the right, you know, band on it. And it's got to be exclusive. You know, we're not going to just let anyone like, yeah, let me get 10 of those. No, it's not one of those. It's not, you have to be like the shop, has to be somebody that's buying a lot.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's like, give me those, give me those. I'm like, then I have a whole bunch of classic lines and no Lorena. That's what it's called, the Lorena.
Okay.
And then we
Say that
have
one more
the Lorena. It's actually a little history. Charlotte, the queen at one time, her name was Reina. My man was on, that's where we got it from. Lorena is based on the Queen of Charlotte
Oh, right on.
back in the day. So that's where that name came from.
Right on. So a little homage to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right on. I like that.
So then the other line we got coming out is the Tres Niñas.
Your daughters.
3 daughters.
Right.
That's awesome.
And all of them have a different personality. All 3 is gonna be
That's awesome.
3 different sticks.
See, I love that, man, because that shows that personal touch. And any type of company and anything like that, you have this a lot of times you see too that people don't give that personal touch at times. And we as the customer and as the audience, sometimes we want to see that personal touch. That's why we love social media, because it's a glimpse into that personal touch.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And if we can smoke that personal touch, and we can say, man, it's like that's why you see people like big into social media when they have a huge presence and they're talking to their audience. They have loyalty because they've had that connection.
Right.
And if you can have that with the cigar, that's just awesome.
I think it's amazing. Yeah.
That's just awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited. We're like real excited. The only thing now, like I said before, is building a team to get it out. I mean, I can have the best sticks in the market, but if I don't have the people pushing it for me, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So that's my challenge now, to get the right team around me to push it. Matter of fact, reps. And what I mean by that is the team that is gonna take care of the shops.
Okay.
That's very important to me.
Cut off, but we're back. We got. I think Instagram gives us an hour.
An hour, and then you gotta go back. Yeah, I gotta do the same thing. That's fine. So, and then I gotta go find. It's all about relationships.
Sure. That's actually the last question I was going to have. What do you feel as your brand is the biggest thing that you want to work on right now? You got a bomb stick, you got a great stick.
Right.
What's the next phase that you want to leave?
Relationships. I got. Me personally, people like to talk to me, which is fine. I'm a very personable person. I can talk, have a conversation with anybody. It's just me, my background. I think that's what it is. Me, leading people, and whatever. So, but I'm a small business owner, and the people that buy my sticks are small business owners. So I have to treat them with like the utmost respect.
Sure.
If they buy 2 boxes, I got to treat them like this 2-box company is my best customer.
Yeah.
Other than my 30-box customer, I got to treat them the same. So if I don't have that, and we don't come in and help them push the sticks, then my sticks is not going to do anything. I can have all the social media coverage in the world, but if I'm not treating that shop owner right, because he has tons of inventory.
Why is he having to sell your stick
When he can sell others, when somebody else is doing,
Right.
treating them right, going in there, checking on them, we just have to do it, or we're just not going to survive.
I agree.
We're not going to survive.
I think you're doing a great job at it, though. I really, I would say I stalk your social media. No, but when I do watch your videos and things like that, like you're in New York.
Right.
You got your guys sitting there rolling. The owner's just hanging out with
Right.
you.
And that's
it seemed
something.
like you're almost just family in there hanging out.
And it's funny that you say that, and shout out to Maduro Cigars in New York. It's like I just called him on the way when I was coming back from Raleigh. I'm like, hey, you good to go? Oh yeah, Chris, I need some more boxes. Very cool. The relationship that we had.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing too. Like here, being here at Casa de Monte Cristo, it's the same type of relationship where when we came in, we're like, hey, we want to start this, this podcast, this vlog, this being a cigar influence. They're like, okay, pull up whatever.
Right.
And that was really cool about that.
Right.
I feel, the biggest thing, especially in the cigar industry, is we need relations. We need to build that relations and be tight.
Right.
Because everyone thinks tobacco, cigarettes.
Right.
We're not cigarettes.
Right.
Anyone can buy a cigarette and they're gonna share it with the world.
Right.
A cigar, on the other hand,
Right.
we gotta be tight knit.
Right.
You're sharing it with the world, but just like we're doing right now, we're sharing it with friends and
Right.
meeting new friends.
Right.
And church.
Right.
And when we were talking about Casa de Monte Cristo and how they rolled out the red carpet, were very, very cordial, and I'm sure it was like that for
Yeah.
you because you're now being carried here.
Right.
You want in Mooresville? Or
Right.
is it?
It's Mooresville, Burlington, and Selma for now.
Okay, so Carolina.
Okay.
The Carolinas.
Okay.
But we're gonna get to Tennessee, Texas, Florida,
Absolutely.
DC, New York.
Hell yeah.
And it takes relationships. Like you guys talking about it. It's all about the word of mouth. And if you don't want nobody to know you're smoking Carolina Blue, take the tag, take the band off and smoke it. You will go get some more.
Yep.
I'm not just saying this. I'm not just like, boasting myself.
No, but this is for
Other
sure
people-
going to be my one of my weekly
Yeah,
smokes.
it's just it is what it is. I've given it to people who are respectable in the business. Like, yo, this is I'll smoke this again.
Yeah.
And get it again.
That's awesome.
So that and I'm like, okay, good. So that humbles me to say, you know what, I got a starting line to where I need to be. So let's push it up another notch. Because I could have like, okay, that's all we need to do.
And that's what I like about you and your company is that it seems like, and I think from meeting you, that's what you're doing. You're not just okay with
Right,
this.
what we have. Yeah, it's not.
We're just gonna keep going
Yeah,
and
we
keep
keep
doing
going.
what we love because I feel like you love what you're smoking, and you love what's being put into it.
Right.
And it's just gonna keep going up and up. And I think that love is shown in smoking it today. I really believe
The love you have for cigars
Yeah,
is seen in this cigar.
absolutely.
Yeah, you smoke it down to me.
Now, I wish I had, because I have a cigar pipe that I put. I actually learned it from one of my mentors.
Right.
That he used to put in cigars, the right there, the little nub part,
Right.
and keep smoking.
Smoke it all into the air. Yeah.
Sure.
This is another
Well,
smoker for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, we want to thank everyone. We want to thank our audience. We want to thank Casa Monte Cristo in Mooresville for letting us hang out here and talk today. We want to thank the Burley Board for sponsoring us, but we want to thank Carolina Blue Cigars. We want to thank Chris for being here and just sharing this tobacco, this cigar with us, and just kicking it with us,
Yeah.
man. We really appreciate
I
it.
gotta come back.
Absolutely.
Hell
we
yeah,
love that.
definitely.
Come back and definitely when we do the event here October 27th.
Yep, October
Yeah,
27th.
we're gonna be out here and have a few extra that they don't have. So
Oh, there you go.
support us.
So come out October 27th if you're in the Charlotte area, in the North Carolina area.
Right.
Come over to Casa Monte Cristo October 27th. It's going to be a good time, man. It really will be. But everyone, thank you so much. Stout Stogie out. Keep smoking.
That's right.